Hello, learners. I am Professor Isaac Samani Butswat, your facilitator for AEM723, Introduction to Non-Ruminant Production. The Module 1 deals with importance, domestication, and origin of monogastric animals. We have introduction which shows the importance of these animals in the various countries where they appear. By way of objectives, by the end of this unit, you should be able to know the importance of monogastrics in Nigeria, where we are, recognize the origin of monogastrics, be acquainted with the domestication of animals of the monogastric cadre in Nigeria, as well as the distribution of these animals. We'll look at the importance of monogastrics, origin of these animals, domestication, and distribution of these animals. Importance of swine. Swine are very intelligent and learn quickly. They pick up tricks faster than dogs. Pigs rank number 4 in animal intelligence behind chimpanzees, dolphins, and elephants. Other issues concerning swine are as in the note or PowerPoint materials. They are much more tolerant to cold than heat. So pigs prefer a cold environment than a hot one. They have no sweat glands, so they cannot sweat. They roll around in the mud to cool their skin. The layer of dried mud protects their skin from the sun. There are other good attributes of pigs. They have some advantages too that make them suitable in providing quick and cheap supply of animal protein. Potentials of the pig in producing meat cannot be overemphasized. They are fast growing. They convert concentrate feed to meat twice as efficient as ruminants. They have high fecundity and prolificity and short generation interval. And indeed, they have other advantages over some ruminants. Now we go to rabbits. They are acceptable. They are good sources of protein. They are low in cholesterol. They are good experimental animals. Low capital is required to start rabbitry. They are good sources of minerals. They need little space. They are hardy. They have short generation interval and they can tolerate high fiber than poultry. They can also be used as pet. They are efficient in feed utilization. Their feces can be used as manure. They can kindle 6 to 7 times in a year. The meat is tasty and compares favorably with that of broiler. The domestication of chickens. The history of chickens, Gallus domestica, is still a bit of a puzzle. They are supposed to have been domesticated from the red jungle fowl, Gallus gallus, and the spread is now worldwide. Now, the chicken has a long history, as we said, and of course, they are found in every continent. The domestication of pigs. The domestication history of pigs is a little bit of an archaeological puzzle too. In that source, Prof, in part because of the nature of the wild boar that our modern pigs are descended from. Many species of wild hog exist in the world today, such as the warthog, the pygmy hog, and the big deer. But of all the sued forms, only Sus scrofa has been domesticated. Now we need to distinguish between the domestic and wild pigs. It must be said that it is not easy to distinguish between the wild and domestic animals in the archaeological record. Since the early 20th century, researchers have segregated pigs based on the size of their tusk, as lower third molar. Wild boars typically have broader and longer tusks than domestic pigs. Overall body size, in particular, measures of knuckle bones, front leg bones, has been commonly used to differentiate between domestic and wild since the middle 20th century. But wild boar body size alters with climate. Hotter, drier climates mean smaller pigs, not necessarily less wild ones. and there are notable variations in body size and tusk size among both wild and domestic pig populations. Now, there are other distinguishing features between the domestic and the wild pigs. Rabbit. The European wild rabbit evolved from 4,000 years ago on the Iberian Peninsula. The name Hispania is translated from the name given to that area by Phoenician merchants, meaning land of the rabbits. When the Romans arrived in Spain around 2000 BC, they began to farm the native rabbits for their meat and for fur. The Romans called this practice coniculture and kept the rabbits in fenced enclosures. Inevitably, the rabbits tried to escape, and it is perhaps no surprise that the Latin name is Orectolagus coniculus, meaning hair-like digger of underground tunnels. There are other issues pertaining to the origin and domesticated rabbits as reported in various parts of the world. In conclusion, poultry and swine do have similar importance in the economy of Nigeria. The rabbit is a monogastric animal with some ruminant features, giving it a comparative advantage over other monogastric animals. In summary, monogastric animals, which include poultry, swine, and rabbits, are animals with simple and single stomachs, unlike ruminant animals with four-chambered stomachs. They have their origin, distribution, and importance. Tutor-marked assignments describe any of these monogastric animals, compare and contrast the distribution of these monogastric animals, elucidate on possible importance of these monogastric animals, list the benefits of poultry in Nigeria and that of swine, and indeed that of rabbit, and distinguish between the wild and domesticated pigs. References, you can turn to fowl online etymology dictionary. You can also turn to Prof 1990 and a few others. Thank you.